Hi everyone, it's Ben here and welcome to a video on everything you need to know about the HighLevel official app where you can run your entire practice or business on your cell phone. As always, we try to make these tutorial videos on Keaton's channel as detailed and in-depth as possible so that when you leave, you know everything about the feature that we are covering. Alright, let's jump straight into it. So when it comes to HighLevel's official app, there are three mobile apps available. You have the HighLevel app, the LeadConnector app or LC app, and the white-labeled version of the app. So all three of these versions are exactly the same, except the branding or the logos are different. So if you go to the App Store or Google Play Store and you type in HighLevel, you'll find that you'll come up with this app over here. When you click on it, you'll see the HighLevel icon, as well as all HighLevel brand on the official app. All right, and the second app is the LeadConnector app. So this is the gray labeled version of the HighLevel app. When you click on it, again, you'll see the white labeled version of the same HighLevel app. So you'll see that there is no HighLevel branding on it throughout the entire preview over here. This is your gray labeled version in case you want your clients to download the app for their sub account, but you don't want to show them that it is actually related to HighLevel itself. Here you cannot customize anything, you just download it as it is. And then finally, you have the white labeled app. So the first two apps, the HighLevel app and the LeadConnector app, they are available on the 97, 297 and 497 plans. But if you want your own white labeled app where you can customize it with your own brand, your own colors, or anything that related to your company, then that is on the 497 plan, but it's actually going to be an additional 497 on top of that per month just to have your own customized app. So if you're interested in that, then you can go ahead and customize your own HighLevel app. And once you have added all your logos and colors, you can just search in the App Store or Google Play Store the app name to what you've set it at, and then your clients can download the app just the way it is there. So a good example of a white labeled app is a company called FG Funnels. You'll see at the top of the screen that this is the exact HighLevel app that you have access to as well, except they've branded it with their own logos and colors, etc. For interest's sake, HighLevel does offer another app. It is called the Collab app by LeadConnector. It's an app for membership and courses, but I'll make a separate video on that another time because there is a lot of detail on that app as well. This app is nowhere close to all the features that HighLevel offers. It is the most important features though to have on the mobile app. So you can build automations on the desktop, but you can make your life easier on the mobile app.
To determine which app your white label customers are prompted to download in their sub account,
you need to go to the agency section in your desktop version of HighLevel, and then on the side panel you'll see a mobile app section where you can then toggle on what version of the app that you want. So there are two ways that you can download the app. The first one is in your sub account. You can go to Launchpad and then you'll see that there is a button to download or send a link to your customers. And the second option is on the side panel of your sub account. You'll see mobile app as well. If you click on that, you'll see more details about it and two separate links for the App Store and the Google Play Store where you can click on it and then download the app that way as well. So once you download the app, you will need to sign into the app with the same credentials you use for the sub account. So once you do that, welcome, you are officially in your LeadConnector or HighLevel app. So you'll see when you just join, if you have data already populated in the desktop, it will also populate on the app, but you'll be greeted with this screen over here. So if you click on the top left corner on the three lines, it will show you which profile you're in. So in this case, I'm in Keaton Walker LLC. But if you click on that, you can easily scroll through the different sub accounts as well. And right next to that, you'll see a little cog icon. That is a settings button. If you click on that, you'll see that you have multiple settings. You can change the appearance to light mode, to dark mode, or to system. So if your desktop system is running on dark mode and you clicked over here at system, then it will auto configure to what your desktop or your system has been set as. And below that, you can tap to pay on iPhone, but I'll show you how to do that as well later. Below that, you'll see that you also have different language options. So these languages, you can see that you have, I think, around 15 so far. You can translate the entire app that you are using into that language. So if I click on Dutch, you can see that it already has translated into Dutch. I have heard though from HighLevel users on the Facebook group that it's not a fantastic translation version of the app. So you'll see that some words, for example, the word opportunities may be different to what you actually use it in your language. HighLevel is aware of this. I saw Ethan Crisp in the HighLevel group mention to somebody else who complained about this to contact Narayan Asami in the Facebook group in case you want to even maybe help them translate for your different language. It's best to contact them directly. All right, so you'll see on the bottom left corner the bell notification icon. So all notifications that come through on SMS, email, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, or even web chat widget will all appear here. You'll see in the top left that you can filter by location. You can change between all the different locations. If you want to see that location's notifications, you can filter between the different types. If you want to filter between conversation, appointments, tasks, social, or custom. Then next to that, you can set the status to be all red or unread. Then in the top right corner, you'll see another bell icon. If you click on that, it will just clear or mark all your notifications as red. Then in the bottom right, you'll see a small lightning bolt icon. If you click on that, that is your quick actions in your app. Every single screen in the mobile app will have the exact same quick actions over here. So the first one is send email. When you click on that, it just takes you to the email composer where you can just send an email to the contact and you can type the email straight from the phone as well. The next one is to add a contact. This is just if you're in a rush and you want to quickly add somebody's name, details, any tags associated to them. So the next one is scan a business card, which is actually super cool because if you have a business card given to you in a meeting or wherever, you can scan that business card and it will auto populate that information into the contact field. So I'm going to show you an example quickly. I'm just using my laptop. So I'm going to click on scan business card. See if it picks it up. It actually worked perfectly. And then you can see if there was any additional information on the actual card, then it will add it as tags in the bottom of your screen. The next one is book an appointment. And this is just the quick action to schedule in a time slot with a contact. So you just go ahead, select your contact and fill in the information, which calendar is it a part of, and then it will be added to your calendar, as well as send the email to your client that the appointment has been scheduled. So the next two is request review and create an invoice. I do go over this a bit later in the video, so I'm going to skip that for now. The following one is new opportunity. When you click on that, you're just selecting a contact that you want to add to a specific pipeline as a different contact card. So let's say I choose Mila and I want to add her to the simple pipeline. You can select the stages that you want to add them to, as well as the status, the value, the owner, and then just any other further information you want to add. Then on the top right, click save, and that contact card will be added to that pipeline in that stage. Then on the bottom left is the make a call, which is actually exactly the same feature as what I'm about to show you, where you can just make a call, and then in the bottom right is send an SMS. And then just type in your message and then click send on the top right. And just above that, you can see that there's a phone icon. If you click on that, it will take you to the call dialer. So you can either just search the contact, and then at the bottom right, you can see that you can also change between different cell phone numbers if you have multiple populated on your account. And in the bottom left, you can see the call history. Center is your contacts, and right is just the dialer itself. The next one is the conversations icon. This section enables you to seamlessly communicate with your potential and existing customers across all the multiple channels that you have connected into the single inbox. So whether that be Google My Business, Facebook, Instagram, messages, email, they are all in this one place. So you'll see in the top left that you can again adjust by the different sub-accounts or location. And below that, you have the opportunity to search for the conversations. And below that, you have the filter button where you can sort by the latest, the oldest, the latest manual. I'll explain what the manual section says a bit later, but it is simply when a human steps in manually, pretty much. And below that, you can filter by show message, by recent, unread, or starred. And below that, you can also filter by who the message has been assigned to. So if you have multiple employees and every chat is assigned to a different employee, you can actually go and filter between the different people associated in your sub account. Then you can also filter by the last message direction, whether that be an inbound or outbound message, as well as last message type, if it was manual or automated. And then finally, the last message channel, whether that be an email, SMS, GMB, WhatsApp, Facebook, calls, voicemail, Instagram, or live chat. Then in the bottom left, you'll see you can save a quick filter. So let's say you are wanting to show the message as recent and you see that you're always going back to that same filter. You can just click on save as quick filter, give it a name, Ben's filter, then click on save quick filter. All right, so you saved a quick filter, but where did it actually go? So you can see in the top right corner, there's another lightning bolt icon. You can see all the different filters that you have saved. In this case, Ben's filter. When you click on that, then you'll see that it has automatically populated to your saved filter. But if you're in a rush as well, you can also see that there are a few scroll options here, but it's pretty much exactly what I just showed you, just at your fingertips again. So if you swipe left on the contact, it says more. If you click on it, you'll see you can mark the contact as read, as well as delete conversation. And then in the middle, it says contact information. If you click on that, it just gives you all the details related to that contact. And if you scroll and swipe the other way, you can automatically mark it as read. So once you're in a contact, you'll see that you have 3 or 2 different options here. You have the option to send an SMS, an email, or potentially a WhatsApp. So in your account, you might not have WhatsApp, depending on if you have purchased the WhatsApp integration. I believe it is $10, but you can also resell it to whatever number you want to your sub accounts or clients. But if you have that activated, it will show as an option over here as well. One more section in the conversations tab that you need to know. In the bottom right section, you'll see the lightning bolt icon. If you click on that, it is the same quick actions across the entire board, but just above that, the plus tab is customized to whatever section you are in the app. So if you click on the plus tab, you'll see that I'm now in the conversations tab, but now I have the opportunity to send an SMS, new email, or if you have it activated, a new WhatsApp message. And the next section is the invoice section. This is your invoicing or point of sale section. So with invoicing, you can create and send professional invoices to your clients or customers and keep track of all the payments that they have or have not made. This feature allows you to view and manage invoices that are paid, that are due, or even overdue, giving you a clear picture of where the invoices are and at what stage. There are tax settings that you can configure for your invoices as well, but you need to go to your desktop version to then configure your tax settings if you wanted to reflect on your invoices as well. But in the app here, you'll see that you are immediately put onto the keypad. So you can say you want a $20 custom item. You can even click on below the $20 there, add notes. I'm going to call this Ben's custom note and click on save. This is just more for a product description since you are creating a custom product here. In the top right, you'll see an icon as well. If you click on that, it is just saying that you can now attach a contact to this custom item or to this invoice, but I'll show you a better way to do that in a second. So let's say I'm happy with that $20 custom item. If I click on review, I have a option to bill this payment to a specific customer. So if I click on add customer, you can just scroll through your list, add your contact. But if you don't have a contact saved for this person, just type in the number and it'll give you the option to save, and then it will automatically attach to this payment or invoice. Then at the bottom of your screen, you have an option to add a discount as well. So you'll see a discount percentage scroll wheel over here where you can just set the discount manually based off percentage and the dollar amount. And then once you're happy with that, just click on done. So once you've attached a contact and you've attached a custom item or even an item to your payment, you're going to click on choose payment instrument. So a payment instrument is different to a payment provider. Payment provider is your Stripe, your PayPal, your Authorize.net. And I believe there's an option to also add your own payment system through the API, but a payment instrument is the different ways to receive that money. If you have toggle on that feature, which I showed you in the beginning, just under appearances in the settings, you can tap to pay on iPhone as well. And I just double checked with the Android capability, and you can do it on Android devices that have NFC capability and that are running on Android 8 OS or later. Then you can do the same tap to pay feature too. You can see when you click on tap to pay on iPhone that it just connects to your phone's reader, so that then when somebody taps their card on your phone, then it will accept that payment. If you haven't set it up, then you'll just go ahead and click continue with this Apple ID, go through the process, it'll be linked and activated. And what's super cool about that feature is that you can be running payments through the LeadConnector app, let's say at a flea market or an event, or if you're on the go with a tradesperson and you're doing a sale, maybe you are doing window cleaning for different houses and they can pay right from your cell phone without you having to go buy a card reader or anything else. And then it all links to that contact, to that account, to that invoice, all within the app, which is super cool. But just below that, you also have a cash option. If you click on that, you can just click the amount paid and then add a note to it by saying Sean has paid this invoice as well, and it will automatically save under that amount. Then below that, you have card payments. If a card is not attached to the contact that you are billing the item to, you can click on new card and then give your phone to your customer where they can fill in the card information here. And then once you're happy with that, you can just click on charge on the bottom right. It will become ungraded once you've added the card, and then it will charge the card. There is also an option to have manual entries, whether this be cash, card, check, bank transfer, or other. And then once you're happy with the selection, just fill in the details and then click submit in the bottom right. And then finally, you also have an option to convert it to an invoice. So if you click on that option, you'll see the contact that you're billing to, as well as setting the issue date, as well as the due date. Then you can also change the invoice number as well. And once you're happy with that, just click on next. You can add terms or notes as well, and then click on next again. And this is just a summary of what you invoiced to the person. And then you'll click on send, and it will send the invoice to this contact. If you have this contact's phone number as well, then you'll see at the bottom here, you can send via email, SMS, or whatever other channel is added to this contact. In this case, I just have email, so I'm going to send it to the email. But just to show you what the preview of this invoice looks like, if you click on the top right, you can click on preview button. This is a preview of the invoice that person will now receive with the custom order. You can see there it says custom item, which I've added to be $20 with the discount, which was $11.80, with a total being $8.20. All right, and if you come back to the keypad section in the invoice tab, you will see next to keypad, you also have catalog. So this is to show the different products that you have saved under your Stripe or PayPal account and that you are offering to your clients and audience. So you'll see that I have created Ben's Large Pizza. If I click on that, you can click on the quantity if it is a physical item, and then click on add. Once you click on add, you can choose other items as well. But if you're happy with that, click on review for items. You'll see now that you've added a product with your custom item as well onto your invoice. Just follow the same steps as before. Click on choose a payment and follow the steps to eventually send or charge your client for those services. All right, and then next to the invoice tab, you have the appointments and calendars tab. Here you can capture the leads from multiple different channels, such as your calls, SMSs, emails, and you can easily follow up with them in one area as well. So on the top left, you can see my calendar. If you click on that, a down arrow will come where you can choose between the different calendars that are available, the different users, groups, and then the different calendars that you have set up. In this case, I'm just going to click on my calendar here. I do not have any events currently under this calendar. But let's say I want to add an event or block off some time for myself. I can click on the plus tab in the bottom right and then schedule an appointment or block time. Let's say I want to schedule an appointment. I want to say the appointment is with, I'm going to say it's this person over here. Then I can assign a team member to this contact. So who is going to take this meeting with the contact? In this case, I'm going to say it's Keaton. I can set the time zone, set the date, set the slot, change the appointment title, add a description if I want, and then also state the appointment status at the bottom, if it is confirmed or unconfirmed. So if you click on custom, then you have the option to change the meeting location as well. If you have your calendars configured in the desktop version of HighLevel, it will automatically send out a custom link will then join you on your Zoom or Google Meet or whatever you have integrated. In this case, you can also manually change it here. So you click on custom here, then you can see the option is custom, Zoom, Google Meet, phone, or full address. But right now I'm just going to click save in the top right, and I change to Keaton's view. You'll see that the events, if I scroll down to the bottom, the test appointment has been confirmed over here. All right, so the final icon in the bottom right is your contact management. So this is just like on your cell phone where you have a contact list. If you click on them, all the details related to that contact, what campaigns they are in, and then just any additional information attached to this contact's profile. You'll see that you also in the top left have an option to go to the notes tab. So if we say that this contact, we want to add a note to say, maybe say that they don't have any allergies, just click on save, and then that note will be saved. Then if there are any tasks related to this contact, it will appear here, as well as appointments or transactions. In the contact management section, again, you also have a plus button in the bottom right. If you click on that, it is just your quick actions to scan a business card or add a manual contact entry. Underneath the plus button, you'll see again the lightning bolt icon. If you click on that, it is the exact same quick actions as before. If you click on the three lines in the top left corner, you'll see that you now are on the sidebar of the app. So the first section is the opportunity section. So the opportunity section represents the potential sales or leads and which stage they are in the sales pipeline. This is the exact same section in your desktop version of HighLevel, where you can scroll between your Kanban board of your different contacts and what stage they are in the pipeline. So in the top left, you can see all leads. You can also filter it by the different pipelines that you have available. In this case, I have all leads and simple pipeline. I'm just going to leave it in the all leads pipeline. Then you'll see on the right, you can filter it by the date added or the deal value. And then you can set if the date added is in descending order or ascending order. Then in the top right, you have more filter options where you can filter between the owner, followers, status, campaign type, last stage, change, created on, updated on, lead value, opportunity won on, opportunity lost on. Once you're happy with that, just click on the apply button in the bottom right. And if you want to clear it, click on the clear all button in the top right. So once you're in the opportunities tab again, you'll see that it populates with the different contact cards depending on if you have data populated into your account. But you'll see that next to, in this case, Rob, underneath his name, I have a little SMS icon. If I click on that, it just takes me to my private chat with Rob, and then I can send an email if I want to in his chat. But right next to that speech bubble icon, I have these two arrows. If I click on that, I can change the stage that this contact is in. So currently it is in convo, but if I want to change it to possibly waitlist, you can see Rob has now disappeared and he has now appeared in the waitlist tab. The next option is manual actions. So your manual actions are when you set a manual action in automation or workflow. So let's say when a contact fills out a form and after you send in a whole bunch of SMS automation, if they respond yes to maybe more information, then you can set a manual action and attach a user to that action. Then it will appear in the manual action sections inside your app. So you'll see in the top left that you can filter by all or by a specific user. And then next to that button, you can click on the different campaign that this person or this manual action has come from. Then in the bottom right, you'll see the quick action lightning bolt icon. It is again the exact same icons as before. If you want to set a manual action, you need to go do that in your automation or workflow, or just in the desktop version of your HighLevel account, manually put in a manual action. This gets really useful when you have a lot of actions and you don't want to filter through your opportunities. Next one is invoices. You can see an overall of all the total earnings received or the earnings to be received. This is where you send out all your invoices where you can see whether it is overdue, due, paid, or partially paid. So you'll see here the one I did earlier of $8.20, that the invoice is now in draft. You can swipe to the left to record payment or delete the invoice if you want as well. But you can also filter it by your status: all, draft, sent, overdue, paid, payment processing, partially paid, or void. Next to that, you can search the different type of invoice, whether that be a recurring invoice or a one-time invoice. And next to that, you also have the date to filter by the date. But just above that, you have the plus button. In this plus button, you have the option to create a one-time invoice or recurring invoice. So in the top left, you'll see invoices, but right next to that, in the middle of your screen, you'll see templates. Once you click on templates, you'll see that you might not have any templates saved. To save a template, you can go into your desktop version of the HighLevel app. You can go to payments, then on the toggle down, you can click on invoice templates. And then once you're in templates, click on in the top right, it's a little blue button, I believe, where you can create one. So I click on create and then just edit the template however you want, and then it will appear inside your app over here. Alternatively, if you click on the plus button again, you'll see that you can create the invoice like I mentioned. Let's say I want to create a one-time invoice. I can click on it. I can add the customer like normal. I can set the issue date, the due date, and then the invoice number. Let's say I'm sending it to this person over here. Select the due date to be tomorrow, press OK, click on next. And you'll see that I can either switch between the keypad or the catalog. So if I'm happy with the catalog and I want to just attach a $50 pizza, I can click add, and it's the same section as the invoicing section before. I can click on next, then set the terms or notes that I want to add to this product, review it, and then in the top right, I can again preview it before it gets sent out. And the preview will look like this. Then in the top right of your invoice section, you'll see a little cog icon again. This is your settings page. If you click on that, you can set your invoice preference over here. And then once you're happy, you just click on save. All right, moving on. You have insights. Just like the main dashboard in your account, you'll see all of the insights or data populated into your account. So you'll see the opportunities, the pipeline value, conversion rate, deal overview, all deals, and one deals. And in the sales section, you can filter by pipeline, which pipeline you want to choose. You can filter by count or amount, and you'll see that your data changes accordingly, or set it to a custom date if you would like. Then next to sales, you'll see marketing. So this is where you'll see any marketing campaigns that you're currently running, such as email campaigns, SMS campaigns, social media scheduled posts, affiliate campaigns. So if I click on this one over here, you can just get an overview of all the data from this campaign. You can see the delivered, the opened, the clicked, soft bounce, hard bounce, unsubscribed, failed, and spam. Then you can see the different contacts and the status they are in under each stage. Finally, you'll see the sub-account section. So this is all the populated data from the actual sub-account that you are signed into currently. And the settings for all of this data to be accurate can be done inside the desktop version of HighLevel. All right, so the next one is tasks. If you go to the plus button in the bottom right, you can see that you can create a task, you can add a title, description, assign an assignee, add a contact, and then finally set a due date as well. So if you want to set a task to maybe call Ben, you can type a description, set an assignee. So let's just say Keaton. Say the contact is, say this is the contact, and then set the due date to be for tomorrow. And you can select the time as well and click on OK. Then once you're happy with that, click on save, and the task has now been added. All right, then the next section is the reputation section. So this is where you can send reviews. You can see all the data related to the reviews, whether that be the reviews received, the average rating, the sentiment analysis. So in the bottom right corner, you'll see the lightning bot icon. It is the same quick actions as before. Just above that is the plus icon, and you'll see once you click on it that you can now request a new review. These reviews are done via SMS currently, but let's say you want to send a manual review request to a specific contact. You just click on the contact section, and once the contact is in, you can click on send SMS review request, and then you'll see that the SMS request has now been sent. So if you just refresh the screen, you'll see it moves up to 2 now. And then if you toggle on the review requests, you can see the status of the review. So on Wednesday, I set a test as well, and you can see that that one was open. Okay, then second to last is the product section. These are all the products that you are offering that are connected to your Stripe or PayPal account or whatever payment gateway you are currently using. So you can see that you can click on, for this instance, Ben's Large Pizza, and you can edit the current item as well. Let's say you want to change the name to Ben's Pizza with 1Z. If you want to add any tax information, again, you have to go do that in your desktop version of HighLevel. But let's say you're happy, click on next, you can change it from one time. You can change the compared price. Let's say it was compared to 200. And then variances if you are selling a physical item that is maybe like a large pizza, a medium pizza, and a small pizza. You change the variance. So once you're happy with that, click on next. You can add a picture if you want, and then you can click on update item. Then in the bottom right corner, you have a plus icon. If you click on that, you can also just create an item from the actual app itself. All right, then finally is the documents and contracts tab. So this is where you manage and send documents and contracts. The best way to create them is to do it in your desktop version of HighLevel. Once you create a template, it will appear in the template section over here. But if you're in all documents, you can also filter by the status of the contract or document, whether that be a draft, sent, viewed, accepted, or completed. Or if I click on this new template over here, you can view it, you can clone it, you can download the PDF, convert to a template, share via link, mark as complete, and move to draft. So let's say I want to view it. I click on view and it will show you a preview of this document or contract. So you'll see it's very basic over here, but I've added these test products. That's Facebook ads and Ben's Pizza, as well as a custom item. Then you'll see there is also an option to have a different signature. This will be the signature of you as well as your clients or your customer.
You can also put in a full contracts via the templates on the desktop app, which I'll show you in a minute. This is just what it looks like with no words, just showing the products. Also, just to mention that when you attach products to a contract, the client will automatically get an invoice for all of those products after they sign the contract, but you need to toggle this feature on via the desktop app.
And then just like DocuSign, you can both sign the document and then have it stored under this contacts account. But if I click on the plus button in the bottom right, you can select a template that you have pre-made inside your desktop version. So let's say I click on this new template, click on next, change the document name to Ben's Expensive Document. I want to set the customer this contact over here. And then I can also choose to CC in somebody or possibly delete it if I want. So once you've added the contact, you can click on next. Then you can select the product that you want to add to this document. In this case, I'm going to select the $50 pizza and just select one. You can also have the option to go to the keypad. If it is a custom order, you can say it's $20. And you'll see in the bottom right, there's also a plus button. So let's say you have multiple custom items. You can click on that, click on the plus and say you want to add $10 as well. Then review. And you'll see here is the item details. That was Facebook ads, the $500, Ben's Pizza, and then 2 custom items as well. You can also add a discount if you'd like. Then once you're happy with that, just click on send.
And to show you an example of what a real document or contract sent in GoHighLevel looks like.
So I'm going to click on view to show this one over here. And you'll see that this is a Utah residential rental agreement. You can set the custom fill out fields to be whatever you want your customers to fill out. Once they do that, they can just click on send. Then you'll both receive a copy of the contract signed and all the data filled as well. So just to quickly show you the notification that you will receive from the app. If you have turned on notifications for this app, you will receive different notifications from SMSs, emails, DMs, or whatever channels you have integrated. You get the notifications again from this app. So in this case, I received an Instagram message and it will look like this. This is my LeadConnector version of HighLevel. So to configure your notification settings, you want to go to the desktop version of HighLevel. Then in settings, in your sub account, go to My Staff and then click on the user that you want to set the notifications for. And then just choose the notifications that you want toggled on for that contact. So let's say you only want them to receive messages from it, but you don't want them to receive task notifications from it. You can toggle that accordingly and then just click save.
By the way, just to mention that people will not receive notifications if they are not added as a staff member of that account. So make sure you add yourself or other admins if you want them to receive notifications.
All right, and that is it. That is all you need to know for the HighLevel app, all the different filters, all the different buttons, all the different sections, and hopefully you can now run your business from your pocket. Thank you.